But I'm working with this new friend of mine, and I was trying to make the point of like how the process itself is the juice. Like that right there is like that's where you get the eureka moments. That's where like the little fractals of self awareness start happening, where you start seeing the light from the crack in the walls, and you start kind of like realizing that there's more and more and more, and it just trickles into life. And it's weird because he's starting from the same standpoint that I kind of did, which is flow of mind, like the less thoughts the better. And so I'm just kind of like giving him little suggestions here and there, and he's doing a fucking great job. But and he, for the most part, he said that the reason why he's kind of like been struggling with making art is because he doesn't want to fuck up. Like back to that idea, like he just doesn't want to like be disappointed, and that makes so much sense from that standpoint. Like,
right. Well, I mean, a lot of it is also, going back to Jung, that idea of the shadow archetype, right?
oh, for sure,
Because, if you're going off of Jung, that archetype is developed as we, and particularly in like adolescence, we jump from social circle to social circle.
Right.
We develop these things about us that we don't view as acceptable, just kind of push them down low. All our doubts, fears.
Right.
And you have to make those failures part of your identity at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You have to identify with it and accept it, man.
Definitely, man.
It just makes you more of a whole person.
It really does. It does. But it's like, it's such a weird thing. Like for a year or two, like I was like, I went way too hard in self-critical, like mind loops, basically.
Yeah.
Because going to a heavy conceptual academia, like I had to fight my way through my beliefs, which made me stronger and become more aware of things like the intuition and actually not just give it as pawn it off as like, oh, it's just your brain formulating all these past experiences with your genetics. It's like, no, there's something else way deeper going on. And I've been able to kind of like see that from a distance now. And I feel like that it's not like it's not a system of like why we're doing this, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a system of like, what the hell is going on with life? In general, and I feel like that those kind of like moments when you're like having the self-awareness moments, and it's like a playground for your own like mental development in a weird way, and I've kind of like been able to share that with my new buddy that I'm painting with, and it's like you see it in their fucking being when they like kind of hold on to it for just a second, because you can't hold on to it for longer than just a few seconds when you're first starting with it, and when I was going through this phase of like being super self-critical, I was just like constantly valuing the reward more, and it like got me into this fucking cramp. Like literally I painted for 14 hours a day for about 4 months when I was living in Denver. And I made the best work of my life, like hands down. Like some of this shit that I've been making recently is like better because it's faster and it could be viewed as better.
It's got more going on.
Yeah. But it's like because of those moments where I was pushing myself to like caring about like so insanely meticulous about all these little variables, every little line had its own little purpose and like, which it still does, but not on this like OCD level.
Right.
But because I went through those OCD moments, I've accumulated what kind of hyper focus is required for certain stages of the process. So it's like it's at any given time you can start applying more and more to your own self-reflective process. And it was fucking crazy because I was out in North Carolina after that, and I kind of took a break from art, and like I was still like working on things like here and there, but mostly when I had friends around, because that's like the best cheat. That's like the best hack. If you're not wanting to paint, fucking find somebody who wants to paint. Boom! Like there's no excuse. And